Okay, let me tell you this whole story from the beginning, but in a way that's super easy to follow. Imagine you're sitting next to a friend who's explaining a long movie. Ready? Here we go. First, picture this. A guy named Johnny is standing in an old, dusty warehouse. Some bad guys surround him from all sides. Right before the fight starts, Johnny does something rude. He flips them off. Then, without any help, he starts beating them up one by one. He's fast and strong. He doesn't even break a sweat. People watching are amazed. Then a woman shows up and points a rocket launcher at him. But Johnny already knows she's there. He throws a metal rod and kills her. Even though she dies, her finger pulls the trigger. The rocket fires. Johnny jumps out of the way just in time. The rocket flies past him and hits a helicopter. Boom, that looks super cool, right? But wait, that whole thing was just an old movie playing on a TV screen. It wasn't real life. In real life, Johnny used to be a big action star a long time ago. His movies made a lot of money. People loved him. But now, nobody cares about him anymore. He goes to tiny little events, signs a few autographs and sells old t-shirts and posters just to get by. After one of these sad little gigs, he walks to his car. Nobody even looks at him. He feels lonely and forgotten. Now let's go way back, long before Johnny's time. There was a beautiful kingdom called Edna. The king was named Jarod. He had a daughter named Katana. One day King Jarod gave Katana a very special necklace. He said, "This is a gift from Lord Raiden, a powerful god. He is always watching over you and listening to your thoughts." Katana loved her father very much, but then something bad happened. An evil king from another world, a place called Outworld, showed up. His name was Shao Kahn. He was huge, strong and mean. His only goal was to take over every single realm, including Edna and Earth. But the elder gods, who are like the bosses of all gods, had made a strict rule. The rule said no more big wars between armies. That would kill too many people. Instead, each side would send one warrior at a time to fight. The fight would be one-on-one. Whichever king wins 10 tournaments in a row gets to take over the other realm. That was the deal. Now Edna had already lost all its best fighters in earlier tournaments. The strongest warriors were gone. The only person left to fight was King Jarod himself. He was the last hope for his people. So Jarod and Shao Kahn started a fierce, terrible battle. They punched, kicked and used weapons. Everyone watching was shocked by how strong both of them were. At one point, Jarod knocked the weapon out of Shao Kahn's hand and stuck it into a big stone statue. But Shao Kahn is tough. He grabbed his weapon and pulled it back out. The whole statue cracked and fell apart into 1,000 pieces. Then the fight got even more brutal. Jarod hit Shao Kahn many times. But it wasn't enough. Shao Kahn is like a monster. He doesn't go down easily. Then in one quick move, Shao Kahn grabbed Jarod's sword right out of his fingers. He pulled it away. Then he took his own heavy hammer and smashed Jarod with it. King Jarod fell to the ground. He was dead. Right after Jarod died, the sky turned black. No sun, no stars, just total darkness. Shao Kahn yelled out loud that the kingdom of Edna now belonged to him. Queen Sindel, Jarod's wife and Katana's mother, got very angry. She picked up a sword and tried to fight Shao Kahn's guards. But the guards were too many. They easily beat her and locked her up in chains. Then Shao Kahn ordered everyone, all the people of Edna, to get down on their knees. Queen Sindel had no choice. She knelt down. All the regular people knelt down too. They were scared. But Katana did something different. She didn't kneel. Instead, she walked slowly to her father's dead body. She bent down and picked up a small blue ribbon that had fallen from his clothes. She tied that ribbon in her hair. Then she stood there, not crying, just staring. Shao Kahn saw this. Instead of getting angry, he was impressed. He decided right then that he would raise Katana as his own daughter. He thought she could become a strong warrior one day. Now fast forward 20 years. Katana has grown up. She is now a powerful, skilled fighter. She practices every day. In one scene, she is training with her best friend, a warrior named Jade. At first it looks like Jade is going to win the practice match. Jade is fast and clever. But then Katana does something unexpected. She takes the blue ribbon out of her hair, the same one from her father's body, and uses it like a whip and a weapon. She wraps it around Jade's arm and pulls. She wins the match. After that, they go back to the palace. Jade tells Katana, "It has been exactly 1 year since I became your bodyguard. You have never treated me like a servant. You always treat me like a sister. Thank you for that." Then Jade gives Katana a gift. 2 sharp, beautiful fan blades that can be used as weapons. Katana is happy. But as soon as they enter the throne room, Shao Kahn makes a big announcement. He says a new tournament has begun. And this time his target is not a small kingdom. His target is the whole planet Earth. Everyone gets nervous. Right after that, a creepy sorcerer named Shang Tsung arrives. He is looking for something very old and very powerful. An ancient amulet. This amulet can heal any wound, even a deadly one. It can also give a normal human being godlike powers. Shang Tsung found out that a rough fighter named Kano had stolen the amulet. So now Shang Tsung wants to find Kano and take it back. Meanwhile on Earth, the good god Lord Raiden is getting ready. He gathers 4 brave champions to fight for Earth. There is a giant hourglass that shows how much time is left before the tournament starts. Only a few grains of sand remain. But Raiden's team is missing one warrior. They need one more fighter to have a full team. They have to hurry. Let's go back to Johnny. After that sad little event, he is in a parking lot putting his stuff into his car. Suddenly Lord Raiden and a tough soldier named Sonya walk up to him. They ask Johnny to join their team and fight in the tournament. The tournament will decide the fate of the whole world. Johnny thinks they are just crazy fans who watched his old movies too many times. He laughs at them. But then Raiden raises his hand and opens a glowing, swirling portal. Johnny's mouth drops open. He walks through the portal and ends up in Raiden's sky temple, which floats high above the clouds. There he sees the other champions practicing. They shoot fire, ice and lightning. Johnny gets scared. I don't have any magic powers, he says. Sonya tells him straight. This tournament is called Mortal Kombat. That means fighters can actually die. For real. No second chances. Johnny panics. He says he wants to go home. Raiden explains that Earth has already lost 9 tournaments in a row. If they lose this 10th one, Shao Kahn will conquer the entire planet. Everyone will be slaves. Johnny still doesn't want to do it. I'm just an actor, he says. But Sonya reminds him that he has 5 black belts in martial arts and 1 world championship title from his younger days. Johnny tries to say that those were old stories from a long time ago. Then he turns around and leaves. He walks away. Now let's go to Outworld, the bad guy's home. A dark wizard named Quan Chi is doing black magic. He wants to bring dead champions back to life. His men bring him the dead body of Kano, the fighter who stole the amulet. Quan Chi chants some evil words and Kano opens his eyes. He is alive again. Kano sits up and remembers that Sonya killed him and destroyed his magic eye. He is angry. Quan Chi uses his magic to create a brand new eye for Kano. Kano puts it in and smiles. My laser is working again, he shouts. Then Quan Chi takes the amulet and walks to Shao Kahn's throne room. Kano follows behind him. Back at the Sky Temple, the last grain of sand falls from the hourglass. Sonya's body starts to glow. That means she has been chosen for the first match of the tournament. She disappears in a flash of light. Cole, one of the other champions, remembers that the tournament always picks 2 champions at the same time, not just one. So someone else is about to be taken. At that exact moment, Johnny is sitting alone in a dirty bar. He is watching old videos of his fights on his phone. He feels sad and desperate. He asks the bartender for another drink. But before he can take a sip, he suddenly teleports. 1 second he is in the bar. The next second he is standing in a dark, fiery place outworld. Katana is standing right in front of him. The whole sky is lit up with red flames. A loud gong sounds. The fight has begun. Katana throws one of her fan blades at Johnny. He barely jumps out of the way. Then she keeps attacking, slashing, kicking, spinning. Johnny tries to fight back. For a few moments he does okay, but then Katana hits him hard and knocks him to the ground. Johnny gets serious now. He uses all his old martial arts skills, but Katana is too strong. She chases him onto a roof. She throws her fan and cuts his leg. Then she jumps on his back and knocks him unconscious. A flame in the sky goes out. That means Johnny lost the fight. His body disappears from Outworld and returns to the temple. While Johnny was fighting Katana, Sonya was fighting someone else, Queen Sindel, Katana's mother. But Sindel is now working for Shao Kahn. She has been brought back to life and turned evil. The fight takes place in a small room. Big sharp spikes start popping out of the ground everywhere. Sonya shoots energy bolts but Sindel dodges them. Then Sindel opens her mouth and lets out a horrible banshee scream. The sound waves throw Sonya against a wall. A spike tears Sonya's arm. Blood drips. Sonya looks around. She finds a skeleton lying on the floor. She picks it up and uses it like a shield to block Sindel's screams. Then she hits Sindel hard. The scream stops. They start fighting hand to hand on the ground while spikes keep popping up around them. It's very dangerous. Finally, Sonya locks her legs around Sindel's neck and head. With all her strength, she throws Sindel onto a big spike. Sindel gets impaled. Sonya wins the fight. Both Sonya and Johnny are sent back to the temple. Raiden tells Johnny that he's out of the tournament. Johnny sits in a corner feeling like a failure. Raiden walks over to him and says, "The gods chose you for a reason. You just need to find the right direction. Don't give up." The next day, Katana goes to a small hidden temple in the forest. She puts on her special necklace. Instantly, she teleports to Raiden's sky temple. Johnny sees her and gets very angry. He thinks she is the enemy. But Raiden explains, Katana has been on our side from the very beginning. The fight had to look real because Shao Kahn was watching everything through his magic. If he suspected she was helping us, he would kill her. Then Katana tells them the bad news. Shao Kahn has the amulet now. If he charges it up with enough power, he will become truly unstoppable. Nobody will be able to hurt him. She also tells them about her friend Jade, who is also in the tournament. She asks the Earth champions to be kind to Jade if they meet her in battle. After saying all this, Katana returns to Outworld. But as soon as she arrives, arrives, Jade is waiting for her outside the temple. Jade has secretly followed her. Jade is furious. She calls Katana a traitor and says, "You swore loyalty to Shao Kahn." Suddenly, back at Raiden's temple, everyone is shocked. Their old friend Kung Lao, who they thought was dead, suddenly appears in front of them. Quan Chi had brought him back to life. Now Kung Lao is fighting for the enemy. Without saying a word, he waves his hand. His special bladed hat flies through the air and slices Raiden's throat. Raiden falls down, badly injured. Then 3 of the Earth champions disappear. They have been called to their tournament fights. Before he vanishes, Kung Lao challenges his former friends to come and fight him. Next, Sonya gets teleported to face Quan Chi himself. Meanwhile, Shang Tsung attacks Johnny. He grabs Johnny's head and starts absorbing his energy. Johnny feels weak. Shang Tsung throws him into a wall. Then Shang Tsung turns to the injured Raiden and starts draining Raiden's power into the amulet. But then Sonya, after dealing with Quan Chi for a moment, fires a quick energy bolt. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi teleport away. Back in Outworld, Quan Chi takes the amulet and fits it into Shao Kahn's chest. Now Shao Kahn is immortal, he cannot die. Then a bunch of fights happen one after another. Cole is sent to fight Shao Kahn in a swamp. Cole shoots a beam of power, it only knocks Shao Kahn's hammer away. Cole stabs him in the chest, but the wound heals instantly. Shao Kahn gets angry and smashes Cole with his hammer, killing him. Then he throws Cole's body into the dirty water. Jax fights Jade. Jax tries to talk to her to tell her she is on the wrong side. He uses his metal robot arms, but Jade's weapon is very strong. After a long hard fight, Jax wins. Jade says, "Finish me." But Jax remembers that Katana spared Johnny's life earlier, so instead of killing Jade, he helps her stand up. The fight ends in a tie. Then Kung Lao fights Liu Kang. They are both very skilled. Liu Kang sets Kung Lao's hat on fire, but Kung Lao puts it out. They keep trading blows. Finally, Liu Kang kicks the hat into the ground and throws Kung Lao onto his own hat. Kung Lao dies for the second time. After that, Shao Kahn locks the amulet in a metal cage. Quan Chi asks for Sub-Zero's dead body and brings him back to life too. The Earth champions who won their fights return to the temple. They find Raiden barely alive, he is fading fast. And they realize Cole did not come back, he is dead. Katana arrives again and tells us that Raiden's powers are getting weaker by the minute. If the portal between worlds closes, they will never be able to stop Shao Kahn. Then she tells them about a secret tunnel under Shao Kahn's palace. The tunnel is only used by mutant warriors called Tarkatans. Then she goes back to Outworld. But this time, Jade and 2 guards are waiting for her. They take her fan blades and arrest her for treason. They drag her away in chains. The Earth champions go to the Tarkatan village to ask for help. Their leader is a fierce mutant named Baraka. Liu Kang tells Baraka, "Shao Kahn treats you like slaves, join us and fight him." Baraka says no. He says without a huge army, it's impossible to beat Shao Kahn. Liu Kang challenges Baraka to a one-on-one fight, but Baraka refuses. Then Johnny starts insulting Baraka. He calls him a coward. He makes fun of the Tarkatan clan. This makes Baraka very angry. Now Baraka wants to fight Johnny instead of Liu Kang. The fight begins. Baraka has long blades that come out of his arms. He attacks Johnny over and over. Johnny can barely defend himself. He hides inside a small hut, but Baraka finds him. Johnny uses chairs and tables to block some hits, but Baraka is too strong. He punches Johnny and sends him flying outside. Finally, Johnny accepts that he has to be a real warrior. He gets up, wipes his mouth and fights back. His punches and kicks become faster and stronger. Then he tricks Baraka. He distracts him and hits him hard in the groin. Baraka falls down. Johnny wins the fight in one move. Baraka is impressed by Johnny's cleverness. He agrees to help them. That night, Baraka leads them to the hidden tunnel. He kills the 2 guards at the entrance, but he cannot go inside because Tarkatans are forbidden from entering the palace. So the Earth champions go in alone. Inside the palace, Shao Kahn is questioning Katana. He wants to know if she went to Earth to meet Raiden. He has brought Sindel back to life again. He threatens Katana, "Tell me the truth or I will kill your mother right in front of you." Katana cannot take it anymore. She breaks down and admits she went to Earth, but she lies about why. She says she only wanted to meet Raiden but couldn't find him. Shao Kahn doesn't believe her completely, but he orders her to be chained up in the town square for everyone to see. He wants to make an example of her. The Earth champions split up inside the palace to search for the amulet. Liu Kang finds it first, but Shao Kahn appears. They fight. Liu Kang uses his fire dragons, but Shao Kahn doesn't even flinch. Liu Kang manages to knock Shao Kahn down for a second. He grabs the hammer and tries to break the cage. Jax arrives to help. While Liu Kang distracts Shao Kahn with fire, Jax pulls on the cage with his robot arms. But Shao Kahn throws Liu Kang across the room. He rips off one of Jax's arms. Then Johnny and Sonya show up. Shao Kahn crushes Jax's other arm. Then he slams Jax into a stone pillar and kills him. It's very brutal. Johnny runs toward the amulet, but before he can grab it, Sub-Zero appears, snatches it and disappears into the Netherrealm, the world of the dead. Then Kano shows up. He kills all the guards with one laser shot from his eye. Then Kano and Johnny go back to the temple. Kano says, I like Earth better. Life in Outworld is too dangerous. I want to help you. He tells them Sub-Zero took the amulet to the Netherrealm. Raiden uses his last bit of power to open a portal. He sends Johnny, Kano and a spirit guide, a vengeful warrior named Scorpion, into the Netherrealm. But there's a huge risk. If they don't destroy the amulet and send the power back to Raiden, they will be trapped there forever. In the Netherrealm, they find Sub-Zero. He has a new power. He can create shadow copies of himself. The copies fight Johnny and Kano while the real Sub-Zero fights Scorpion. The fight is very hard. Johnny grabs one copy and holds it still. Kano blasts it with his laser. Another copy grabs Kano from behind. Kano shoots the copy's belt and the amulet falls to the ground. Johnny slides and catches it, but now they don't know how to break it. The copy comes back and pushes Kano off a cliff. Kano stabs his knife into the wall and barely saves himself. He climbs back up using small holes he burns with his laser. He loses his knife but survives. Meanwhile, the two shadow copies merge into one. Scorpion throws his chain into the merged copy, pulls it apart, and cuts it in half with his sword. Back in Outworld, Liu Kang is still fighting Shao Kahn even though he is badly hurt. He tries to block Shao Kahn's hammer with fire, but it doesn't work. Shao Kahn hits him with the hammer's handle. As Liu Kang dies, he says, "My destiny was to bring back Kung Lao." Then his body turns into a beautiful firebird and disappears. Sonya uses her strength to break Katana's chains, but Shao Kahn turns around and hits Sonya, knocking her out cold. The last burning light in the sky goes out. Shao Kahn declares that Earth is now his, but then Katana stands up. Her fan blades start glowing. She announces to everyone, "I fight for Earth now." A new light blazes in the sky. The gods have accepted her as the new champion. Katana and Shao Kahn fight. She hits him many times, but he just won't go down. It seems hopeless. In the Netherrealm, Johnny is watching Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight. Suddenly, a shadow copy appears, grabs Johnny, and dangles him over a pit of fire. The copy demands the amulet. Johnny refuses. He kicks the copy hard. The copy falls, dropping the amulet. Johnny grabs it again. Then the real Sub-Zero comes to take it. But at that moment, Jade appears. She was never really evil. Katana's words changed her heart. She was only pretending to work for Shao Kahn so she could get close to the amulet. She fires an energy beam from a magical weapon at the amulet. Kono fires his laser. Scorpion breathes fire. All three hit the amulet at the same time. It starts to crack. Up in the temple, Shang Tsung is about to kill Raiden for good. Raiden uses his fading strength to speak into Johnny's mind. He says, "The gods chose you for a reason. You can do this." Johnny's hidden powers finally wake up. He takes a deep breath and kicks the amulet with everything he has. It shatters into a million pieces. All the stolen power rushes back to Raiden. He stands up fully healed and strong again. Back in the town square, Katana makes one last attack. She strikes Shao Kahn with her fan blade. This time the wound does not heal. For the first time ever, Shao Kahn sees his own blood. He is shocked. Katana doesn't stop. She disarms him, slashes his face and strikes his throat. Even as he is dying, Shao Kahn grabs her neck and growls, "You are weak just like your father." Katana thinks of King Jarod. She takes the blue ribbon from her hair, the same one she took from his dead body 20 years ago, and wraps it around Shao Kahn's neck. She pulls off his helmet so all the people can see his real face. Then she spins her fan blades and splits his skull. The tournament is over. Shao Kahn is dead. Everyone is free. The crowd cheers and bows to Katana. They accept her as their new queen. Some time passes. We see Katana sitting on the throne wearing a crown. Jade stands beside her as her most trusted warrior and friend. Johnny is somewhere else telling the whole story to a group of Tarkatans. They listen with wide eyes. Then Raiden and the other champions arrive. They have good news. Kano captured Quan Chi alive. Now they want to use Quan Chi's dark powers for something good, to bring back all the brave warriors who died in the previous fights, like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Cole and Jax. There is hope for a happy ending after all. If you like this long story, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for listening.